Ricky here with Breaking Your Barriers, coming to you with another tech tip. And our item for today is the Rode Go wireless microphone system. I'm going to give you guys a little overview as well as a review and maybe a little minor little pointers here and there because you guys can always check out another video. I just want to let you know right off the bat, this thing is awesome. When I opened the box, it came with these items. You have the microphone right here on my right hand, and you have the receiver right here on my left hand. Yes, this thing is a microphone. It tripped me out too. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is a microphone? Okay. It comes with your patch cable, which is a TRS type of plug, which means tip, ring, and sleeve. And that goes for both sides. Both sides are tip, ring, and sleeve. It comes with these two tie wraps, which is used for both of your chargers for both the receiver as well as the microphone itself. Two very cute earmuffs, otherwise known as wind shields, so you can block out any ambient noise when you're interviewing somebody in a crowded or loud place. It comes with two charging cables, which are much shorter than this one, and the adapter is a USB-A type adapter to a USB-C type adapter. And lastly, it comes with this really stylish, very cute carrying case when you're literally on the go. When I pulled the Rode Go out of the box, I was pleasantly surprised how easy it was to set up. First and foremost, I went ahead and plugged it in and charged it to make sure I have enough juice so I can mess around with it, set it up or whatever if I needed more time to learn it. And it was easy. So I looked at each individual square to find out exactly which part it was. And this part, for example, the one I'm holding, this is the microphone because it has that microphone opening right there. This is actually where you speak into. And what's beautiful about this, it's an omnidirectional microphone, so it picks up all 360 degrees. This thing also has an indicator light, which you can definitely check out on your own because you may not see this clearly if I put it too close to the video. It has an indicator light for it being connected to your receiver. And it also has a battery light here, which lets you know, hey, it's on. And what's beautiful is it also gives you an option. I'm going to put this close to the video so you can see it. For you to plug in right there a lapel mic. So that was pretty cool. And I'll explain to you why that's pretty cool. Once again, here's that USB thing where you can plug in your charger. And here is the power on and off switch, as well as your clip. Now going back to that lapel mic, the reason why that's important is because sure, you can definitely put this on your lapel or your collar or whatever you want to do. But to me, this looks crazy. I feel like I'm talking into a pager and it's not very discreet. People are going to be focusing on this going, okay, that looks crazy. But I'm not going to lie to you, the sound pickup is amazing. It's awesome. It's so clean and clear. And that's the reason why you have this cute little earmuff. This earmuff goes on top of the microphone so you can avoid any kind of ambient noise if you're in a crowded situation. And it's a little challenging putting this thing on. So you have to mess around with it just a little bit. But once you have it on, it looks like a little microphone trying to keep warm. It's pretty, it's pretty interesting. Anyway, so this is how you keep any ambient sound or any kind of external noises from disturbing your interview when you're outdoors or if you're doing a blog somewhere where there's loud noises or something. This is your microphone. On the other hand, here is your receiver. The receiver has one heck of a lot more information on it because it actually has a screen with info. The microphone does not have this. As you can see when I'm speaking, there's this little light that's bouncing around. That's your volume or receiver telling you that, hey, I'm picking up a signal. Now this thing has a power on and off switch as well. It has your charging slot, and right here on this side, which is another headphone jack, this is where you connect your patch or your cable that you're going to be connecting to either your iPhone, your iPad, your Android, your computer, your laptop, whatever it is you need to connect to. This is where it starts. And on this side, you have dB, which stands for decibel. So you can choose 3 options. -12, which is the softest pickup. -6, which is getting up there, so it's picking up more juice from your speaking. And 0, which is just picking up everything. Now I've had to mess around with this thing and use all 3 depending on what kind of gadget I'm using. Now it's very helpful to have that because every gadget you use will have a different temperament when it comes to how much it's going to pick up and how much it's going to shoot out into your speakers. So that's a wonderful thing to have. Here on this side, you have a link button. So when you first pull this thing out of the box and it's not working, you don't see that little light bouncing around like that, press this button, boom, simple, you're linked. Now if it doesn't work, then call Rode. No, I'm just kidding. It's gonna work. It's pretty good. It's pretty awesome. And of course it has its own clip as well if you need to use it. What's more impressive is on the front of this thing, you probably can't see it, and don't worry, you can always download a picture of this thing. It's got a few items of information on the front here. You have a TX as well as an RX battery life indicator. The reason why you have that is because TX is for your transmitter or your microphone, and RX is for your receiver. So it tells you how much power you have left. So that's a good thing to know. Otherwise, you're doing an interview and then bloop, what happened? Also, it shows you which option you've chosen for your decibel level. If you press this thing, it will show you an indicator of how loud it is and how soft it is. What I mean by that is it'll show you all 3 options. You'll have the -12, -6, and 0. And you'll see it because it'll light up. So that's a very, very awesome thing to know. And on the very right here, it has a little umbrella looking thing as if it were Wi-Fi or something, which lets you know it's connected to your microphone. So that's basically it in a nutshell. Now I love this thing because of the fact that it can be used for so many applications. You can use it when you're interviewing somebody on the street. You can use it when you're DJing, because I've used it when I'm DJing, and that's amazing to me since I use different kind of wireless microphones, which are sometimes double or even triple the price. Yes, this thing is much cheaper than your traditional wireless microphone. This thing runs roughly, if it hasn't changed yet, $199. And for $200, this thing is awesome because if you're in a DJing situation like I am, or any kind of situation where you need to walk around a room with it being wireless, if you have clear line of sight, which blew my mind, you can get literally a little bit over 200 feet or 70 yards away from your transmitter. That's how powerful this little bad boy is. I couldn't believe that. That tripped me out. So I've used it, I've tested it, and it picks up. Sometimes it even picks up even if you have some kind of a barrier like this. It's still very, very good. And I really appreciated that. I've also used it when I teach my classes online. So it's really awesome to have. Now I don't connect it to my lapel when I'm teaching online, because people are going to focus and say, hey coach or teacher, you have a pager connected to your lapel. And yeah, to me, I don't like to have it like this. I'm happy that it's a microphone, but it's ugly. I don't want to have it like this on my lapel. Even if you try to hide it, it's no. Other than that, I've connected it to my DJing system. I've connected it to a phone where I've had to do little interviews here and there. I've created a makeshift kind of a handle, which I don't have right now, but you can do an easy handle on this thing. Just a little clip here, little handle. Make sure to put your earmuff or your windshield on it so that you don't pick up any ambient noise. I've also used it in my training environments online, which I connect a lapel mic to this slot right here because I really don't like to have this thing on here. It doesn't look good. Other than that, everything is very simple. You don't need to be any kind of a professional audio engineer or anything. Very easy to use. Sound quality is amazing, and I haven't had any problems. The battery life is pretty awesome. I've used it for one training session on one day for 3 hours, and then I was able to use it for another training session the next day for 2 hours. So it does last a long time, but I don't recommend you do that. If you're gonna do something, make sure you charge your batteries for each session so you don't run into any kind of issues down the road. So do I recommend this Rode Go from my own experiences? Absolutely. It's very, very compact, easy to use, no brainer. Plug and play. Just make sure to get the right adapters for whatever situation you're going to be using it for. And if you want to find out what adapters I use for when I connect it to a phone, as well as a mixing board or the computer, let me know in the comments and I'll happily post it or give you a description of where you can get it. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next video for another tech tip. I hope you enjoyed this one, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button. See you later.